Hello and welcome. In this video, I'm going to give you an overview on the BCSC Canvas course template for elementary. So if you are watching this video, then you've probably seen the slide deck where we go through some of the different reasons why we have a course template. And a lot of these are reasons that we continued over from when we implemented this into our former LMS, It's Learning. But really the idea behind this is that you can learn ways you can leverage this and why it's important. So we use a template to create some consistency in our learning management system. Our students are navigating between a lot of different teachers, a lot of different courses, and by using a template, it helps make it a little bit more familiar and consistent for them, no matter what teacher's class they're going into. They know how to get to their lessons, their materials, and can basically stay engaged a little bit easier. So that's some of the reasons why we use the template. It's also something that we got as a feedback piece following the pandemic from many different stakeholders. They wanted some consistency in our learning management system. So thankfully in Canvas, we can do similar things. So if you are curious about what the expectations are with this particular course template, because Canvas is pretty new to us, there are 5 big things to remember, 5 big expectations. The first one being use the template that's been provided to you and elements of it. The second one is that you'll need to use the home page. Have a home page and make sure it has the following things: your name and your course name, teacher contact information, a welcome message, so a couple sentences if you would like, and a way for students to access current lessons, which the way you organize lessons in Canvas is through modules, and a way for students to access their past lessons, which is also modules. So those can be the same link or it can be 2 separate ones. It's totally up to you. You have flexibility in how to do that piece. Just as long as students have access, that's the key part. The third expectation is really only applicable to our secondary buildings, so I'm going to skip over that for the sake of this elementary video. The fourth expectation is to use modules to organize all of your content. You should always be using modules. Modules are similar to a folder structure in Canvas, and everything needs to be in modules so that students know where to go and it's all consistent in one place. You can use a module to organize every single subject. Maybe you have a module that goes with each week of the school year. It's kind of up to you and how you would like to do that, and it will probably take some trial and error for you to get a system in place. But we ask that you use modules. Otherwise, your content is scattered all across your course without any way of organizing it if you're not using modules. Modules are the only way to organize your content in Canvas. And the last expectation is to give assignment due dates for every single assignment on Canvas. Now, does that necessarily mean that you're going to grade everything? No, not necessarily, but you have to put a due date on an assignment in Canvas. That way it populates on the Canvas calendar and students get reminders of that assignment whenever they sign into Canvas as a dashboard item for them to follow up on and to do. So it really just supports their executive functioning skills. So if you are curious about more of these must-do expectations, there are slides here that go through each one of those. Within your Canvas courses, we've applied a course template, and there are some options there for your homepage. Basically, it's a similar look and feel where you have to add in some of these elements about you as the teacher and access to current and past lessons, but you have flexibility in some of the ways the icons look, and we've given you some options on how to do that. And this only really applies to our secondary building, so I'm going to skip through that. The next one is using modules. So I have some guides here linked that show you how to access your modules in Canvas and how you can start building and using them. Just think of them as your folder structure within Canvas. And then the last one here is just giving all assignments a due date. It actually will not let you save the assignment unless you give it a due date. You can always change those assignment due dates if you need to. It's just a helpful piece to help our students stay organized and remember what things they have coming up, and so they get reminders to do those different tasks. So now what I'm going to do is toggle over into the elementary Canvas view so you can see what that looks like. The next few slides on here also explain some of the elementary specific pieces. So our elementary interface in Canvas is a little bit different than what our secondary teachers have, and that's because Canvas offered a simplified navigation and interface that we felt was going to be really great for our primary students. And here's an example of what that template looks like in its very basic form in an elementary course. So as you can see here, if I actually just sign into Canvas, I go to my home page first, and here's some of my courses and things. This is how I can get to them. I can also get to my courses from the subjects menu, but I'm already jumped into this course, and this is what I see when I first sign in. You can change this banner image if you would like, and I have some examples I'm going to show you how you can get to because they're already loaded into your Canvas course. If I scroll a little bit further down, this space right here is to post an announcement. It kind of has some gibberish in it right now, so you'll probably want to edit that and delete it. I just click the edit pencil here and I can change the text and whatnot. And below that is technically where we have our home page. So this is just an announcement. It's just a little blurb intended to be a short message for your students. Below this is where we have technically our home page for this class. And if you see here, it is very text heavy because right now this is giving you tips and pointers for you as the teacher. You should not publish this course with this amount of text and all of these notes on here that are intended for the teacher. That'll be confusing for your students and a little confusing for you. So we wanted to give you some examples here and of things to include. So, and it even gives you some guided tutorials here on how to do this. So if I'm looking at this home page, I see some examples. Here are some course buttons. See some things I like, different ways of doing this, all of these different elementary resources and buttons there. And there's even a link here that takes students to the Canvas student app. All right. So if I wanted to edit this page, if I come over here, I can start editing it right here. So that is one way I can technically customize this. And I'm in editing view now, so I can delete some of these notes for the teacher, whatever have you. Or technically what I could also do to begin editing this page is I can click my Manage Subject button here in the top left corner. That's how you get to all of your hidden menus and teacher controls in Canvas for elementary. And I can go to Pages, and then I can click View All Pages. And this is where I can see all of the other items that have been built out for me in this Canvas course. So right now I'm just seeing pages, so it's a little unorganized because there's no way to organize your pages here into different folders and things in Canvas. This will at least show me that this is the home page on Canvas, so I can easily see it there. You can only have one item be your home page, and it always has this little circular button below it to signify that it's your home page. The other items we've loaded into your Canvas course are a sample module, and within that sample module, there's a sample assignment, as well as other resources for you as a teacher. So if I click the modules button, I can explore more of these template items in depth. This first module here is one that's just intended for the teacher. As a recommendation, we would say that this is where you can build assignment templates, daily lesson page or weekly lesson page templates. So you always have this as a starting point, and then later on, as you get to making different copies and things, you can maybe drag them into your actual modules. So this is just giving you some tips. This page here that's called Template Icons, Images, and Visuals. This is where you can customize your Canvas course to make it a little bit more beautified, and you can pull from some of the different examples that we have made. So here are some different banner images that are designed to fit the elementary interface, and those are made on the graphic design tool Canva as well as Adobe Express. If I would like to make my own icons, I can do those as well. And then we also wanted to give you the template that we use to make all of these different buttons in your course. And that is all through here, elementary buttons, Google Slide Deck. If I open this, it's going to make a forced copy of this for me. And from there, I can customize these buttons, and it walks you through how to do it. But I can customize these buttons and change these colors if I would like, and make them look a little bit more to fit my theme if I want to do that. So more options there. Here are just some sample module resources for you as well in this template. We wanted to give you more than a home page. We wanted to give you some technology guides for students so you could make that active for them, shows them how to access Canvas and all of that jazz. And then a little bit further down is the sample module. So if you are struggling with thinking about what a module can look like, here's an example of how you can structure that. And we even included an assignment template here. So if you wanted to have things be a little bit more consistent from assignment to assignment or have some consistency in your course, we have made this example here for you. Now, if you're an elementary teacher, in the past, when we have used our old LMS, It's Learning, then you know that we used to insert into your course a page that had all of your elementary curriculum links. So access to your math series, your English language arts, your social studies, and your science. When we made these Canvas courses this year, we had not finalized the link for your math resources yet because it was an adoption year, but we have now made that page. However, it's not loaded into your course quite yet. So what you'll need to do is go to the Canvas Commons and import it into your course. And then technically you can set that page to be your home page instead of the one that's already loaded in here. So if I'm on Canvas and I go over to this left-hand side menu, I'm going to click Commons. All right, and then from there, it's actually going to be this first thing that pops up. If you didn't get to this screen right away, it might be that you have to accept permissions and grant access to your Canvas account if Canvas Commons prompts you to do so. So I can search here, or I can just find it right away, and it's the BCSC Elementary Curriculum Resources and Homepage Template. So I see it, and then I'm going to come over here where it says Import Download, and I can select as many or as few classes as I would like to import this page into. So it is totally up to me on what I would like to do. So I'm going to import it into these two courses, import, and then it goes. It does not actually give you a confirmation message actually when you import this. So you will have to go back to your home button or your subjects button to get into those courses. So for this one, I'm going to go to my page here. And now if you're wondering, how do I set that page that has all of my curriculum links as my home page in my Canvas course? So if I go to my Canvas course where I just added or imported in that page from the Canvas Commons with the links, I'll click Manage Subject. We're going to go back to our pages, so I'll click Pages. And I have a separate video that shows you just this process, but I wanted to be transparent here and show you the whole gambit. And I'll do View All Pages. And then the page that we copied in, I like to actually filter this by creation date. So right now it's going to show me the items that have been here for a long time, but I want to see the ones that I just added. And there it is. So if I wanted this to be set as my home page and maybe it wasn't, maybe another page was, then I'm going to come over here to the right-hand side and click the three-dot button and click Use as Subject Home. The other way that you could technically do that is if I open this page resource itself, I can click here and then it would show that button as well. So there's several different ways to do pretty much everything in Canvas. So here is that homepage template. It has all of those same resources, the examples I was showing you earlier, but the only difference is this one has your elementary curriculum links preloaded. So if you click any one of these, you'll get prompted to sign in to that different tool or textbook that you might be using. All right, so that is basically the lay of the land for the elementary Canvas course template. We will have several more trainings and opportunities to learn and grow throughout this summer, as well as during the elementary summer conference and start of the school year. If you have any questions or you're not seeing all of the courses that you should, please enter A360 or let us know. And thank you for watching.